This is our grade 7 band. How many of you are grade 7 band parents? Yeah, right on. Applause for the grade 7 band parents. You guys are heroes. Grade 8 and 9 band parents, you can tell them it gets better, right? It gets better. I want to take you through some of the things that grade 7 band has done this year and show you kind of some of the things that they've been learning over the last 7 weeks they've had their instruments. The first thing that I want you all to remember, because I don't know if you appreciate how long ago 7 weeks was, but I love this part of the concert, we do it every time. We're going to show you what it sounded like on the very first day of band when it was so exciting for the first time. Oh my God, they loved that. You're going to be in band one day, I know. So after that, we figured out how to sit properly and how to breathe properly, and then a few days later, this wasn't the note that we started on, but they learned how to play notes with a much nicer sound. And then we started getting into some competition because kids love competition, and we started doing some band Olympics. We have 2 band Olympics events for you today. The first one is the long tone. Everybody stand up. They are going to play one note for you as long as their lungs will hold them, and when they run out of air, they have to sit down. If they don't sit down, they'll fall over. Notice as we're coming around the bend, some of the bigger instruments are still going. Some of the small ones are giving up early. That's a little bit of a surprise, but here we go, here we go. Someone's going to make it all the way to the end. Who's got the biggest lungs? The biggest lungs in the whole wide world. It's going to be... Wow, we still got a tuba going? That's incredible. Wow, look at these guys go. Big round of applause. Yeah, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Coming down to the end? Oh, congratulations, good cheer. Oh, great job. Our second event is a speed contest. So we're going to play the same thing over and over again, but it's going to get faster and faster, and they are going to stay in until they make a mistake. When they make a mistake, they have to sit down. This is especially hard for the tubas. Not because the instrument is hard, just because it's heavy. There you go, right? Is that it? 1, 2, 3. So we've been working hard. We're going to take you a little bit of like a semester at a glance. We have been working on a book called Apro, and it has some great backing tracks. So we're going to play a song called The First Blues, where they learned about a repeat sign and a full in-time breath, which you totally learned about. Foot tapping in the tempo, and clearly articulating each note. Then we learned a tune called Come On Down, which got us a new note. The clarinets learned a ton of really low notes. And every band student in the room should be able to answer this. A dot always means? There's someone real specific up there. So in this case, when you add a dot beside a note, it adds half the length to the length of the note. A dot always means half. So that's one of our important ones. This is their first piece of music that was based on an actual movie theme featuring John Wayne. So this one is actually really tricky. How many of you would you consider yourself musically literate? You can read music, even a little bit. Hey, right? Oh, hey. Well, people I used to know. Okay, so in music, we have these things called eighth notes, and they're twice as fast as the beat goes. And when you're trying to change notes really quickly, that can be quite difficult for a new player. And so this is the first song they had that really does that. From here on in, it's the most fun to watch the trombones because they're just... All right, yeah, Sunbird, I don't know what this has to do with this piece of music, they just called it that. But this is the one where we started slurring two notes together. That means that you don't use your tongue on each note. And so we have to be very specific with where we use our tongue. Also, the notes don't always go in order anymore. Now we're skipping around to make better melodies. And then we got Russian dance. I don't know what's going on at our school. I hear the Russian national anthem 6 times a day at the piano. It's like, I don't know why that is. But the kids just love this one. They did learn some stuff. This is the first time that they are only allowed to take one breath every 4 measures of music. So if you can imagine, in fact, let's all do this. You're gonna take a big breath in, and then you're gonna blow out while I count to 16. And if you can't make it that far, be impressed with what they're doing. Ready? Big breath in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Did everybody make it? Nice job. And the last one of our little mini semester at a glance is called Marching Down. We listened to some military bands as they were playing, and we were listening to how they articulated each note and tried to figure out how to use our tongues and our air to make the same kinds of sounds. We also got into staccato, which is the other way that a dot always means half. If it's above or below the note, we only play half the note value. And then they got a new note. This was a good tune. saying earlier, the kids have only had their instruments for 7 weeks. I think they sound pretty good. And when we realized that the concert was next week, I said, oh no, they don't have any real sheet music to play. They have had this piece of music for 9 days? 9 days. It's 52 measures long, which is 9 times longer than anything they've played before. Suddenly, they needed to learn 2 new notes, a new articulation, how to play with dynamics, and how to play their own part at different times. So this is the first thing that they've done that hasn't been all the same all the time. I didn't think it was going to go very well. We'll see what you think. Didn't it? It was pretty good. I also thought it went okay, and then we were playing it along with the recording, and I realized that the thing I was playing along with could change the speed. And so we tried it twice as fast. We'll see how that goes. And then we went twice as fast. No, we didn't. All right, that's our grade 7 band. Grade 7s have a big stand up. Huge round of applause for them. Great work for the first 7 weeks of the year. Congratulations. And grade 7s, I'm going to invite you to go on back to your seat. And next, we're bringing up the jazz band. Now, while the jazz band is coming up and taking their place, I wanted to thank a couple of people. In the audience, we've got Miss Adshade, and we've got Miss Kim up in the top. Is there anybody else up there that I'm missing? With the grade 7s, we have Miss Laidlaw and Miss Paddock. And we have a parent, Mrs. Zhu, Windsor's mom, there you are, who've been chaperoning all afternoon. Up in the booth, we have the incredible Miss Jennifer Bartlett, who is our assistant principal and technical genius. And she's taking care of all the PowerPoints. And then Mr. Petrovich is here as well to welcome you and take our tickets and everything. We also had a really wonderful group of students. Yeah, come on up. Yeah, take your spots. Grade 7s, we could probably go a little faster. I'm running out of things to say. We had a wonderful group of kids who were helping us out to set up the church. They came at 2 o'clock. They brought all of the gear and equipment, set it all up, set up the music stands so that when the majority of the students arrived, they would be ready to go. And that was really nice of them.